Hey everybody, I am CJ from CJ's Coins and Crafts, and welcome to NumisCast. This program is dedicated to exploring, learning, and understanding our coinage. Today, I will be discussing some of the large coin hoards that have been discovered. So these are in no particular order, and not by date or anything, or importance of the findings. But this is definitely one of the things that I have not seen or heard talked about. So I'll put my commentary on why I feel that these are important. So the first one that we're going to talk about is the Big Sky Horde from 2011. Basically, the history of this one is after spending 30 years hiding in a Montana bank vault, a horde of over 220,000 Eisenhower dollars was found by the Littleton Coin Company. Stored away for decades by a prominent Montana family, the majority of the numismatic coins in this impeccable hoard were still in the original mint sewn bags, untouched by circulation in the real world. These Eisenhower dollars are also referred to as Ikes and were commonly used throughout the West in casinos. Fortunately, this hoard managed to be shipped directly from the Denver Mint to the Federal Reserve Bank in Montana, which missed all of the local banks and really escaped a lot of circulation. So this is one of the pieces that I thought about was really kind of interesting. That there was a large collection of basically Eisenhower dollars that from the coin circulation. The coins are shipped from the mints directly to the branches of the Federal Reserve or the Federal Reserve banks. So in this example, there was a large amount of coins that had been shipped to a Federal Reserve bank and just kind of stayed there. They were never put into circulation. They were never touched and just kind of left alone. Maybe they forgot about it. Maybe it was a back corner of a vault somewhere or in a drawer. But to find over 220,000 Eisenhower dollars, that's pretty significant. So a lot of these coins that come from hoards usually are going to have, especially if they're labeled, if they're graded, they will have what horde that they were part of. So the Big Sky Horde, you probably have seen GSAs. That was also a horde that was discovered, and it will have those labels on that designation on the labels from the third-party graders, and I think that's a really important piece of the history of where these coins come from. So let's keep going. The next one is the Midwest Mega Horde. This was on November 17th, 1998. The Little Coin Company of Littleton Coin Company, New Hampshire, reported finding the largest known hoard of any numismatic coin collector. There was 950,000 circulated Indian head cents, 308,000 Liberty Head or V nickels, and 488,000 Buffalo nickels, which totaled 7.6 tons of coin. The coins company president stated that the numismatist spent over 25 years accumulating the hoard, and the floorboards of his house were sagging from the weight of all the coins. That is one thing that we as collectors can definitely appreciate is someone who is collecting coins, and that's something that they do very strongly. And especially in talking with some of the people that I know that are coin collectors, we all have coins just everywhere. There's coins on coins, buried in coins, wrapped with coins, and it's just one of a hobby of accumulation. All right, Binion Horde. This is from 1998. Ted Binion was a professional gambler who was one of the sons of the notorious gambling icon and mob boss in Las Vegas, Lester Benny Binion, who also owned Binion's Horseshoe Casino. After Ted's premature death in 1998, law enforcement discovered a 12-foot deep vault on his property in Pahrump, Nevada. This concrete bunker contained over 6 tons of silver bullion, horseshoe casino chips, paper currency, and more than 100,000 rare numismatic coins with an estimated value between $7 million and $14 million. Ted and his family were very famous across Vegas and the worldwide gambling community, having a movie created after the story called Sex and Lies in Sin City in 2008. Next horde that we're going to cover is the Staffordshire Horde. This was in England in 2009. Discovered in Staffordshire, England in 2009, the Staffordshire Horde is the largest horde of Anglo-Saxon gold and silver numismatic coins ever found. It consists of roughly 3,500 pieces, totaling 5.1 kilograms of gold and 1.4 kilograms of silver. Most of these historical numismatic coins date back as far as the 7th and 8th centuries. This is one of those that I am really super interested in, to be able to get a piece of a hoard like this, just because of how much history is connected to these coins. Going back to the 7th and 8th century, that is an amazing thing of how much history have those coins been hidden away from, and especially how much history that those coins went through to be hoarded in one place. Next one is the Sundevda Horde, 2008, known in Swedish as the Sunvetaskan. This hoard is a collection of 482 silver numismatic coins dating back to the Viking Age that was found near Stockholm, Sweden in 2008. Even though only 109 of the coins were attacked, it is the largest silver hoard that has been found in that region since 1827. Again, one of those things that there's so much history behind where all those coins came from, that is just, it's really, really interesting. Next one is the Catillion 2 Horde. This horde was discovered in 2012 in the Channel Island of Jersey after 3 decades of searching by metal detectorists Reg Mead and Richard Miles. 30 years of work were proven more than justified, as this horde is the world's largest Celtic coin hoard with an estimated 70,000 Roman and Celtic coins from the 1st century BC. They were removed from the site in a solid block of soil weighing 3/4 of a ton and are painstakingly excavated behind a glass-walled laboratory in public view at the Jersey Museum. The hoard continues to reveal hidden surprises as the coins are removed, most recently 6 gold torques. Some of these things are just amazing that these coins have existed for so long, and they're hoarded, they're kept, and then as time passes, they get lost to time. And to uncover these types of hoards of coins is like uncovering, literally, I guess not but literally uncovering a piece of history, from the either from the ground or from wherever they're excavated at. The next one is the Hackneying Double Eagles. Terence Castle discovered this hoard of 80 double eagles dating from 1854 to 1913 while he was digging a pond in his backyard in the Hackney borough of London in 2007. The coins were buried by the family of Martin Sulzbacher, a Jewish refugee from Germany in the early days of World War I, when the possibility of a German invasion and raids on banks loomed large. Upon his return from internment as an enemy alien on the Isle of Man, Sulzbacher found his house destroyed and his extended family killed by a direct hit during the Blitz. His 4 children, also interned on the Isle of Man, survived the war, and his son Max, at the time 81, claimed the Horde on April 18, 2011. Saddle Ridge Horde. Europe may have the lion's share of hordes, and that's basically because there is a ton of history there. But when the United States burst onto the scene in a big way in February 2013, when a couple walking their dog on the Northern California property discovered 1,427 gold coins buried in 8 cans. The Saddle Ridge Horde coins date from 1847 to 1894 and include some of the finest examples of their type known. Although theories about the Horde's proliferation, either bank robbery, mint robbery, or stagecoach banditry, the way the coins were deposited over the course of years suggests that they were the life savings of someone who didn't trust banks, possibly on account of all of the robberies. So for some of the hordes like this one, this was really a common practice in kind of the western days in the early of the United States. There was a lot of people that didn't trust banks, and so what they did is they found a place on the property, like underneath a fence post, or underneath a rock in a specific area, and that's where they put their coins. So a fence post bank. I'm sure there's other terms that are used to describe it, but all of those different areas are things that people use to hide and keep their coins, because they either didn't trust banks or they weren't in an area where there was a bank that they could put their money in, and they wanted to make sure it just wasn't out in the open for somebody to come along and take. The Southern CC Cache. So a Georgia collector sold Littleton buyers one of the largest hoards of Carson City silver dollars since the U.S. Treasury Department emptied its vaults in 1980. Stored for years in a former Southern Bank building, this stash contained 8,261 lustrous Morgans in original General Services Administration, or GSA, holders, including 378 1885 CC Morgans, which is the lowest mintage of that series. So the CC is the mint mark that is denoted for Carson City. And all Carson City Morgans are worth far more than the Philadelphia, the Denver, or the San Francisco Morgans, just because of the low mintage for the Carson City mint marks. The last one that we're going to talk about is a California coin cache. And this was found in 1997. A California hoard that has been accumulating for years yielded 3,671 flying eagles dated 1857 and 1858. This was believed to be the largest group ever to be purchased at one time. The 3 previously known largest flying eagle cent hoards contain only a fraction of the coins comprising this particular cache. The entire group contained 8,467 U.S. type coins from the 18th and 19th century. This is by far one of my favorites because the Flying Eagle happens to be a particular favorite and focus of mine. The 1857 and the 1858 were the 2 years that the Flying Eagle was in regular circulation production. The 1856 Flying Eagle was the proof version of the Flying Eagle, and only a few of those, I believe a few hundred of those were minted and have since survived. So it would be a very, very awesome thing being a Flying Eagle collector to come across to any large group of Flying Eagle cents to really get an idea of how many different varieties, how many different just all kinds of different errors, different things that can be found in a group that is this large. So I'm really, really fond of that one. So that is just a small selection of hordes that I wanted to talk about. Um, it's I love the history behind of finding the hordes. So if you guys want to find out more information, you can go onto Google or just search for coin hordes. Some of the major third party grading companies also have stories on there. Coin Week also has stories of coin hordes that have been found. Um, so that's more reading for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast and helped increase your knowledge of kind of how coins are found, whether in circulation or in hordes. And I thank you for joining me today in covering the coin hordes. And this has been NumisCast. Please like and subscribe for more episodes, and we'll see you guys on the next one.